morning, everybody.
American astronaut making history aboard the International Space Station. NASA says Christina Cook of Grand Rapids, Michigan, broke the record yesterday for the longest space flight by a woman. She's been at the ISS for over 289 days in a row now, breaking a record set in the past by American astronaut Peggy Whitson. Here on Earth, a powerful winter storm is dumping heavy snow across the plains, now barreling into the upper Midwest. Winter storm warnings posted from Colorado to Minnesota. This is USA Radio News.
Hello, this is Wayne Allen Root, relentless conservative warrior, middle-class warrior, and always Trump warrior. I have a message for my fellow patriots across America. President Trump is making America great again. He's the only president in my lifetime who is keeping his promises, and his biggest promise is to build that wall. President Trump can only do it with our help. If Congress won't fund Trump's wall, we will. President Trump is one man against the world, and what globalists and socialists around the world want is clear, open borders. It's time to take a stand. We either build a wall, or it's the end of the greatest nation in world history ever blessed by God. That's why I founded the Root for the Wall PAC. 63 million Trump voters together will raise the money President Trump needs for the wall. Anyone who donates $100 or more will get a beautiful commemorative wall brick. Display it proudly. Call 844-ROOT-WALL. That's toll-free 844-ROOT-WALL, or go to rootwall.com. We will build this wall together. Call 844-ROOT-WALL, or go to rootwall.com. Root for the Wall PAC. Paid for and responsible for the content of this message. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Rootwall.com.
LSU clobbers Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl yesterday in Atlanta.
Final score, LSU 63, Oklahoma 28.
That's from ESPN, and it means that LSU will play Clemson on January 13th for the College Football National Championship. That's because Clemson also defeated Ohio State 29-13 in the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale yesterday. Well-known sports reporter Carly McCord was among 5 people killed in the crash of a small plane in Lafayette, Louisiana yesterday morning. The daughter-in-law of LSU's offensive coordinator, Steve Ensminger, was on her way to cover the Peach Bowl. She was often an in-game host for broadcasts of the NFL's Saints and the NBA's Pelicans. Russia's conducting joint naval exercises with China and Iran, a 4-day drill that's underway in the Sea of Oman, reportedly aimed at improving security in the region. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
If you're not sleeping as good as you should, take a tip from me, Wyatt Cox. Go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and use my promo code USA. Buy one, get one free special on a MyPillow is going on right now. And if you don't like it, you have 60 days to send it back. Try it. You'll believe it's for me. It's worked for over 2 years, and it'll work for you too. MyPillow.com radio listener special, and use my promo code USA on a MyPillow premium pillow.
Archaeologists with Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History have found what they believe is an ancient jungle city, at least 1,000 years old. Researchers found the ruins while doing conservation work in the area and say the Mayan palace is believed to date as far back as 1050 BC. The structure was discovered in the ruins of the ancient city of Caluba. Caluba shares ties with other important Mayan cities like Chichen Itza, as the civilization controlled large regions that are now southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras. The Institute said archaeologists want to research additional areas around Caluba's central square, where ruins of residential buildings, an altar, and an oven have already been found, but not yet investigated. One country is banning certain U.S. Democrats. USA's John Hunt explains.
2 United States senators have been barred from visiting the Philippines over a measure that seeks to punish Philippine officials involved in the detainment of a top critic of President Rodrigo Duterte in his anti-drug crackdown. Salvador Pinello, a spokesman for Duterte, said during a news conference that the Philippine president ordered the Bureau of Immigration to deny Senators Dick Durbin, a Democrat from Illinois, and Patrick Leahy, a Democrat from Vermont, entry into the country. Pinello said, "We will not sit idly if they continue to interfere with our process as a sovereign state."
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host,
Blew my
Blue mic.
or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
Good night.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Hey, we have a second going.
Middleboro and surrounding towns.
Williams Trade Post's website and see if they have any words for the season. You can read it. You know, a bunch of something. You know.
Middleboro News here on AM 1530 WBBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody. Today is December 29th, 2019. Welcome to the final Middleboro in Review for the year of 2019 and the decade of 2010. How are you, Don?
Not bad. I mean, a week. What was it, like 17 past Sunday? And it's like what? It's nice out there now. You got the
Yeah, it's not bad out. It's not bad out.
What's the temperature?
The temperature
Oh boy.
is
Wait, your laptop didn't make it on the desk this morning?
31 degrees.
Oh, it was like 17 or 11 or something like that. It was crazy last week.
It was kind of cold. It was really cold out. And it's much better today. Much better.
Well, all the ice is gone. All the snow's gone. What's important is all that pesky ice is out of the way. A lot of people fall, slip, hurt themselves. A lot of older people could fall. And that happens a lot. And we don't want that to happen to anybody. And I know we live in a region that has 4 seasons, and that's part of it. But if we can live without the ice, we live without the accidents and the spills, that'd be good.
So, today, we're going to take phone calls here on WVBF, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. And I was thinking about the question I would ask the audience this week. And the question is, what was your favorite movie of 2019? So that is the question I want to throw out to everybody, is what was your favorite movie of the year? And yeah, so we'll start with Don. What was your favorite movie of 2019?
The Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars. We saw it last Sunday, and J.J. Abrams, in my opinion, just did a fat. I love J.J. Abrams, and it's funny about J.J. Abrams too, because, and I talked to I've been watching sci-fi pretty much my whole life as a kid and as a young adult, and there's other people out there just as passionate about Star Trek and Star Wars. I'm a big Battlestar Galactica fan too. The older ones, and plus the new reboots that came out in 2004. Just great. And it's funny because a lot of people who really like the old Star Treks, they're not big J.J. Abrams fans. They're not really big fans of the reboots of the Star Treks, the 3 movies that came out. And I think J.J. Abrams is the best. I just think the best direction. I think he did a really good job on sending off the Star Wars franchise, the saga. And Disney's not talking, but, they bought that cash cow off George Lucas. They how many movies have they put out since they bought it? They bought it, 2015?
Yeah.
Or 2014. So they put out 5 movies in the course of what, 5 years?
That's pretty good.
You kidding me? 5 movies.
Yeah.
They finished the saga of the Skywalker saga. Rogue One, which I thought is, in my opinion, Rogue One is my favorite. Absolute favorite. Out of all of them. Even the original, New Hope. I just thought it was different. And I did like Solo. I liked them all. I even liked Episode 1.
All of them were good. All of them have been good in their own special way. So
they're all good.
They're all good.
George Lucas is incredible. J.J. Abrams is incredible. We're just fortunate that we have these directors and creators who can make movies like this. And fantasy. I don't read much fiction. If I read, it's it's nonfiction. But the movies, it just takes you away for 2 hours. Takes you away from sitting in a movie theater and you're not thinking about anything but the movie. So
Yes.
it's different going. I mean, I know it's expensive going to the theaters, and it's a lot of money. Tickets are high. Popcorn and drinks are high. Everything's high. But once you get in there, no one's bothering you, and it's different from like at home because you get distracted at home. Phone can ring, or someone can walk in and watch. But you sit at the theater, you focus on one thing, just the movie, nothing else. So that's why I think it's important. If you do like Star Wars and you are a fan, don't wait for it to come out on DVD. I don't know. It is expensive to go to the movies, but just go once. Don't buy the popcorn. Whatever. You want to save a few bucks. But I highly recommend seeing that in the theaters. And maybe go to the OmniMax. Take a ride out to any of those OmniMax that are out there. That's the Omni theaters there. They're incredible. But I think I'm rambling too on about Star Wars. You're the one who got started about the movies, and you keep going here.
My favorite movie of the year.
Oh yeah.
Actually, my favorite movies of the year is a tie between Joker and The Rise of Skywalker. With The Rise of Skywalker, it's definitely one of the best films I've seen out of the series. Really, really good movie. And the way the ending was, it was amazing. And with Joker, that was the best movie DC put out since the Rise of the Dark Knight series, and with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger, definitely for sure. They hit all the right story plots with this movie. It was just a really, really fantastic movie.
I thought the filming was perfect on the Joker because they really got it looked like 1970s New York City, which if anybody who lived in New York or has visited New York in the late 70s, it was kind of almost run down in a bit. It really came back in the 80s and stuff. Not all parts, but it really got that feel of just the film angle of it was Gotham City. So everyone knows that Gotham City is New York in the head. You know what I mean? It's always, Gotham City's probably New York, or whatever. But just the film angles of, you'd have to see it. It's hard to explain, but they got it right on how they choreographed the film angles and just the scenes and the angles. It's all about angles too. It's just like you're looking at something, you're like, and that really just shows how depressing the city was. So, and it was funny too because at the beginning of that movie, he was a clown. He was a paid clown actor to go out, and it was just even where they worked, it was such a depressing backdrop.
Yeah.
Either, especially the happiest people in the, always smiling, or in the most depressing circumstances. So they really did a good job. Yeah.
The acting was spot on in that film.
Spot on. Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
And he was in
great.
Walk the Line too. He played Johnny Cash, and he did an excellent job on that. So he's I take my hats off to him. He did it, and there's more to come.
There is more. There will be more for sure.
More, because I think it did really well.
Yeah, there'll be more films like that from DC. DC, this was definitely their best movie since the Dark Knight Rises series.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Past couple of years, the movie market's been, I think, a little bit oversaturated with Marvel movies. So it's good to see DC get a movie in there that really did really well.
Now, Stan Lee, was he DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Okay. All right.
Marvel. So, the question is out to everybody else. What was your favorite movie of 2019? The number to reach us is 508-822-1106. And we're going to take a break in just a minute here. But we want to mention we're here on WVBF, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. You could also listen to us on TuneIn by searching Hometown Talk Radio. And also, you can listen to us on your phone with the Audio Now number. And that number is 1-605-562-7958. So, when we return, we will talk about some Middleboro sports when we return here on Middleboro in Review on WVBF.
Awesome. Did you get a chance to go on the website?
I'm gonna here during the break.
Yeah, all right. You got to go down Imus? I sent something.
I will.
Yeah.
At the end of towards the end. I'm gonna.
Don't forget though. Because
I'm not.
Use,
Oh, trust me, I'm not gonna.
You know what I mean?
Trust me.
DK Driscoll Services is the company to call to get any cleanup you may need to do around your house done any time of the year. You can call them at 508-725-2334. They remove construction debris, metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances, paints, and much, much more. Like concrete,
So we're gonna go Uncle Tom's for New Year's.
asphalt,
So Tuesday to Wednesday.
brush,
Yeah.
logs, and leaves.
And I gotta meet Kevin Wynn at the shop. He's dropping a boat off, but
Garages,
that's anytime.
houses, and property.
I don't think I'm working.
Again, the number is 508-725-2334. Call them today. You will not be disappointed in DK Driscoll's removal
If the
service.
weather's good, I might go into Quincy and wash my truck. The oil truck.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all
Does this guy have another PSA for you?
Not at the moment, but
Our mission is to support those who have defended
I'm sure soon.
Is that the log?
What?
Is any changes? Chris not getting changes?
No.
meal, clothing,
I think Chris is gonna be a new boss.
or simply to say thank you and
They should make Chris the new boss. He can handle it. He's a good guy.
he states and living
You know what I mean?
I want to play the holiday thing again.
I hope they ask
Say
us.
again.
I like this.
serving in combat areas now.
I'm gonna play the holiday safety PSA again.
And many
Yeah, I would too.
Even though it's not, it's past Christmas, but it's not past New Year's yet. So
You
yeah,
got two more, and you gotta mention. Did you go on Williams Train Plus yet?
I'm on it right now. I'm on the website right now. I'm gonna look at it in just a
See
second.
if there's any things they say. You know, thank you. You want to read some of it?
Yeah.
2-2.org.
Hi, this is District Attorney Tom Quinn. My family and I would like to wish you a happy and healthy holiday season. Unfortunately, the holiday season also comes with some potential danger. That
Nothing.
danger comes from drinking and driving. I urge everyone to please be responsible this holiday season.
There's nothing. I don't even know if they're closed yet.
Alcohol is
Well, it's after Christmas, so they're probably closed.
Yeah.
But
Nothing.
nothing really.
Don't let tragedy ruin your holiday celebrations.
I won't
Drive
mention it.
safe and drive sober.
Well, you gotta mention something.
I'll mention something.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday.
You gotta push Shorty Show one more time.
WVBF, the sounds of the Emerald.
Yeah.
We have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary.
Yeah,
and
next
sometimes some
ad
live
is that?
singers in the studio.
You still got two more to play. You gotta
I
play
still
Tom's.
got 2 more ads to play.
Noon to 2, right here
Well,
on
push it and play
WVBF,
Tony's though.
1530
You only do 2 ads.
on the internet
Yeah.
at hometowntalkradio.com.
TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts, serving
South Shore area.
I got like
and Cape Cod.
5 minutes of ads here with this. I got like 4 or 5 minutes of ads
Good.
altogether, you know.
You gotta find some more.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna. After the new year, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go out there.
Septic repair. New
You get to
There's
the
a
point-
few places I
you
wanna
got enough
visit.
ads, you might be able to broadcast live twice a week.
Yeah.
I always keep, if you always work it, I always just keep this style until
Yeah.
people know it.
It's a good
You don't want to change it, you know what I mean? You just add something new. You just have another middleboro review somewhere else down the line, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Call them today. You will not be disappointed. Times change.
If they don't sell your spot on Saturday,
Radio with me,
ask
Tony
Mark
Rose,
if
every
you
Monday
can
through
do
Friday,
your show live
starting at
I'll ask
instead of
him.
do a repeat.
More calls,
Yeah.
more
You
issues,
gotta get some more,
I think they
questions. Join us
sold it
every day,
already.
Monday through
Oh, did
Friday,
it?
starting
Yeah,
at
but
8:30
the show hasn't started yet.
Talk Radio, only on AM 1530.
Alright.
It's Factory Auto.
Oh yeah. Did I already play that though?
Nope, play TJ.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street.
There's so many commercials.
The highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car.
We'll just do a little talk about,
Repair shop for all
you think they're closed? You don't know if they're closed?
I don't know if they're closed.
508
I'm sure probably after the new year they will be, but I don't know.
It doesn't say on their website.
It doesn't say on their website if they're closed or not.
on Friday.
So we'll just mention call ahead.
You will not be disappointed.
No, because you want to give them my,
508
uh,
583
just want, I don't know. Let me talk. Let me say it. Talk.
All right. And we're back here on Middleboro in review here for December the 29th. So, Don.
Yeah, I just want to thank Williams Trading Post for being your first sponsor on your show. I remember the day you went over and you talked to Martha and you said, "Hey, I'm starting a show. Will you sponsor me?" And she didn't hesitate. She wrote you a check, and I believe their season's winding down now. So now we're going to be doing what we were doing all summer. As soon as we get a date when they're opening, we're going to push the date. So come springtime, they'll open up for everything you need as far as plants and flowers and antiques and everything else. And it's be 71 years, I believe. It's 71st season. They've already done 70 years. So if you're in business for 70 years, you must be doing something right. Right, Joey?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yes.
it's just, that's consistency at its finest to be in business that long. Big companies haven't even been in business that long. So that is something to be said. Every time I go down to Williams Trading Post down there, I always am well taken care of. Everyone knows what they're talking about. Martha's on the ball about everything. She knows if you have any questions about plants that she has, she'd probably help you. And so we're going to be pushing them every week until they open. And at some point, we'll have a date. We'll keep an eye on their website. And when they have a date, we'll definitely let you know. But it's be around April. And April will be here before you know it. Okay? It's going to be here before you know it. It's going to be Easter before you know it. And Joey, just that number and the address again.
The number for Williams Trading Post is 508-947-1598. And they are located at 556 Wareham Street, Middleborough,
And
Massachusetts.
they're right on Route 28, south of 495, pretty much down that way. That's a nice road, too, so go for a ride. But April will be here before you know it, and we'll have a date when they open up again. And, yeah, they're a great sponsor, and we thank them very much.
Thank you. All right, so Middleborough sports. Let's talk about Middleborough sports. It is basketball season for Middleborough. So the boys basketball and girls basketball teams have started. And off to a good start with the basketball. The Sachems are 4-0. The girls basketball team. They're 4-0. They're off to a very impressive start. And they had an impressive win over Rockland as well. They made the tournament last year. So they are slowly on the rise here. And with a 4-0 start, that is a really, really good sign for the team. And we wish them luck through the rest of the season as the season continues and through the winter here. And so, yeah, just wanted to mention that. I also wanted to mention the college football playoffs. We have the teams decided on who will be playing for a championship. The college football championship will be on January 13th, and it will be LSU, number 1 ranked LSU, versus Clemson. So that should be a really good matchup. Clemson, over the past few years, has been a very strong powerhouse in college football. And LSU has made a surprising return to the top as well. LSU is back at the top, number 1 ranked. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Some other ones that I want to highlight. Tomorrow, we have Western Kentucky versus Western Michigan in the First Responder Bowl. We have the Red Box Bowl, California versus Illinois. We have Mississippi State versus Louisville. We have the Orange Bowl tomorrow night. Virginia, 24th ranked Virginia versus 9th ranked Florida. And the Rose Bowl is also coming up as well. And the Rose Bowl will happen on New Year's at 5 p.m. And it will be Oregon versus Wisconsin. So I just wanted to mention that as well. So there'll be some interesting games coming up in the college football scene here in the next few weeks, as well as the NFL. Week 17 is upon us. All teams are in action today, and it's always an important week. Week 17 is always important, and there's going to be some interesting matchups there as well. New England will take on Miami. New England is looking to go 13-3 on the year. They're fighting for home field advantage. Well, not home field advantage, but a first round bye. That's what they're fighting for. A first round bye in the playoffs. And also you got some other interesting teams as well. Minnesota looking to go 11-5 against Chicago. We have Green Bay, who's looking to go 13-3. Green Bay has had a great year. They are facing Detroit, who has had a very tough year, but I think they're gonna rebound next year. They're gonna finish 3-12-1 this year, but I think they are going to rebound next year. Cleveland has an easy game, or what should be an easy game for them, against Cincinnati. Cincinnati right now is 1-14, and they have the number 1 pick in the draft. New Orleans faces Carolina. Buffalo faces New York Jets. And the final game for the Oakland Raiders, as the Oakland Raiders, they will take on Denver. So that will be the final game of the Oakland Raiders' name and tenure. And that will be a huge game. A really, really huge game at about 4:25 today that I think a lot of people are going to be paying attention to, and that being Oakland and Denver.
That's are they in the playoffs, Oakland?
I think I don't know if they're eliminated.
Because I know what they played their last game in the stadium last week, right?
Yes.
So this is technically their last. I mean, they're gonna be going back to that stadium to, back to their lockers and whatever when they're done. That's if this is their last game.
Yes,
It's the end of an era for the guys.
Yeah. Denver, it's not a cakewalk. If Oakland loses, they're not making the playoffs. Even if they do win, it's pretty much not gonna happen. It's gonna be it's a tough road for them. I don't think they're eliminated from the playoffs at all. Because I was checking the playoff picture yesterday, I didn't see Oakland's name on it. I'll check again here, but here in the playoffs, here in just a second. My computer's being a little bit slow today.
Well, he's looking for that. I just want to acknowledge, and we might have time, but I just gave Joey something to read. We lost a lot of celebrities in 2019. And they always pop up online of who passed away. There's always a list of them, and that's all you're going to be hearing on the news and stuff. But we're going to pick 5 out in the next, 24 minutes or whatever, or 26 minutes that we have left in the show. And if Joey would be so gracious, he can read. But I just gave him one. But are you all done? You got that football picks there, buddy?
So, Raiders are still in it.
Okay.
They're 7-8.
All right.
They're in the hunt.
So they could play. They could go back and play at their stadium then.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Listen, they got to go back there then.
They would have to have quite a bit of scenarios work in their favor, though. But it's still a possibility. And same thing with the Steelers. Still a possibility.
Yeah.
Steelers win, they're pretty much in.
That usually isn't the case with the Steelers. They usually always shoot in all the time.
Oh, they're always
it's
good.
It's never a possibility because the Steelers are such a great team and Pittsburgh is such a great football city.
Yeah, with their struggles, especially at the quarterback position, with Ben Roethlisberger being out with multiple injuries. I'm not sure how long he's going to be the quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Right.
He might be on his last couple of years in Pittsburgh. He has had so many injuries, very injury prone. So he may be on his last couple of years in the NFL.
It's funny because Pittsburgh has always been known as a football city, even before the Patriots really started winning and got popular. And Pittsburgh was always the team everyone looked up to. And there's a song by Charlie Daniels called "In America," and they say, "Go ahead and lay your hands on a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I think you'll finally understand." So I mean, if it was Charlie Daniels did that song in the 1970s. So I mean, if someone's got to sing about a football team, let it be the Pittsburgh Steelers. So
So you wanted to highlight 5.
Yeah, did you got that?
I have the first one, yes, and I'm going to read it now.
And during the next we're done with the football, right?
Yeah,
We all done
I'm
with the
done with the
football?
football. Yes,
Again?
Well, I'm done with the sports. I wanted to get the
Okay,
sports
all right.
section out of the way.
NFL done?
NFL's done. College football's done. Basketball's done for this week.
Okay.
I just wanted to get that out of the way because I did have some
We
thoughts
got
about
more stuff going
different
on in
things.
Middleboro, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
we have the police academy
Oh, yeah, we talked
thing
about that last
that
week.
is going to be happening January the 9th.
Okay.
And that will run for 10 weeks. It'll be every Thursday, and it will run for 10 weeks, and that would end March 29.
Well, why don't you sign up for it, Joe?
I'll see. I'll see
Well,
if I do.
you've been working here.
Yeah.
You've been producing. You've been working here, so you got to double check with
Yeah.
with the boss and make sure you're not working. But see if you can sign up for it. I think it'd be good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, because now you know. So when do you have to sign up by?
I don't know. I'll look that up.
I'll check,
it's in the article.
I'll check with managers to see if they need you during those days. They're not every day, is it?
It's every Thursday.
Yeah. I'd just say sign up for it. I wish I could, but I'm in the oil business, and there's no way I could dedicate that to.
So the first person we want to highlight on who we lost this year is Peter Mayhew, the man who portrayed the legendary Star Wars character of Chewbacca in both the original and new trilogies. Passed away on April 30th, 2019 at the age of 74. And through the next 20 minutes, we will be looking at 4 others who passed away. And we'll be talking about them a little bit too. Peter Mayhew definitely was a very important person to the Star Wars
And he just
trilogy.
did the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
They did that. They filmed that last year. So, I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the other 4 people that we want to mention today, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro in review on this cold but not so cold December morning. Alright. Cool.
when you come back, just want to thank William Strait for a great season.
Awesome. We'll do. Yeah. Yeah,
just
absolutely.
back up.
Yeah.
We don't have to really. We already talked about it.
2, 2, 3. Boom.
I'll keep an eye on that. Oh, Beth Chapman died.
Who's Beth Chapman?
This is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon
She's
to 2 o'clock
she
here
was
on
Dog
WPPF.
Devani Hunter's
South
wife.
of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great
Oh, that was a few months ago that she died, right? Yeah.
and contemporary,
Yes.
and sometimes some
I think they got all
live
these in
segments
the
studio.
iCoca.
And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy.
Ross Perot.
On Sundays from noon to 2, right here on WPPF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at home.
The last one's going to be Imus, obviously, and I want you to read more than just. You did perfect with him, a quick little thing, but Imus, make sure you have time to read up on him. Maybe you can get Imus out and do a little read on Imus.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm just going to be the last one.
Hopefully, I have time. Yeah. Hopefully, I
Well,
have
just
time.
make
Still
sure
a
you
little
have.
bit.
Well, what are you going to talk about? What else are you going to talk about? You don't have much to talk about, do you?
No.
And guidance, or simply to say thank you.
Well, your rant, your weekly rant. That you,
I'll make it quick.
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, do them next.
Do Imus next?
No,
Oh.
Imus last. You look up Imus because I
Okay.
want you. I
I'll
want you to
look
read.
up
You know, but
Many
this?
motorcycle-related charity events
Justice
each
Joe
year.
Stevens.
And as
Okay,
a
yes.
nonprofit organization,
John Paul
donate to
Stevens.
various veteran
Okay.
care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Times change, and now you can hear Hometown Talk Radio with me, Tony Lopes, every
Monday through Friday, starting at 8:30 a.m. More calls, more
It's the last time you can play this commercial.
Yeah, his last show's tomorrow.
Every
Yep.
day, Monday through Friday,
You want to mention that?
8:30 a.m. for Hometown Talk Radio.
I'm not 100% sure if his last show is Monday. But I know his last couple of shows.
Yeah. He might be doing a show on the 31st.
He could be doing a show on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
right up to the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't he do a show on the 31st?
I don't know though. I'm not 100% sure.
It's his, you know,
Yeah.
it's his show until, you know,
Till the end of the year.
the end of the year, so he's got 2 more days.
2 more days.
On Fridays. Call them today.
I mean, if he got you paid up, he paid you for today too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
1495.
Welcome back to Middleboro in Review. It is 7:43 a.m. here in Taunton. And Don.
Joey, you got a couple more commercials to play before the end of the show. You know that, right?
I played a whole bunch.
Well, right.
Oh well.
Okay, but
I feel like I played 2 million of them. But yeah. So
you got one more to play.
what's that?
You gotta play Spark Street.
Oh, yes.
Make sure you play that.
We will
before
play that.
Okay.
We will play that just before we sign off.
Okay.
Yes, so we're gonna play that, and yeah. So we've been talking about 5 people who we lost in 2019. The second person that we want to talk about who we lost in 2019 is John Paul Stevens. The retired United States Supreme Court Justice died at age 99, and ABC News reported on July 16th. He served on the court from 1975 to 2010.
Nice. Okay. It came up again. A derailment on the tee. What was it? It was Friday night, I believe, or Thursday night? One of those nights. I think it was Friday night. Joey, see if you can look that up real quick. It was on the Worcester line. It was a low-speed derailment over near Lansdowne Station. They said it was human error. Maybe, I think it was switching. Maybe they didn't switch. They did the switching because I think they got some switches over there. But anything coming up, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
About the derailment.
Why don't you take over? Just give
Yeah.
me this little...
Keolis blames human error for derailment of commuter rail train. Significant delays on the Framingham-Worcester commuter rail line after a train derailed Thursday afternoon, damaging a short section of track. The MBTA said train 518 from Worcester experienced a low-speed upright derailment before the Lansdowne station in Boston. MBTA and Keolis crews are investigating and said the derailment was an isolated incident caused by human error due to improper alignment of a switch. There were no riders in the coach that derailed, and no injuries have been reported. All trains on the line will experience significant delays, and passengers are being told to seek alternative transportation. Passengers using the Worcester line Friday morning were asked to plan for an additional 20 to 30 minutes of travel time.
Okay. Here I go. Here's my rant. Beulah, can you get it together, please, with the trains already? Can we have a transportation system that works? Every time you turn around, the legislator wants to jack up the taxes to make the MBTA right. But they have an infrastructure. They have people who get paid very well. The equipment's relatively new. The engines are new. Well, you guys, people need. They just. It should be started managers. No need for this. And the Amtrak was delayed too. The South Shore, the Lakeshore Limited. They had to get off at Boston Landing and bus everyone to South Station. Imagine that you're on Amtrak and that's an overnight train, and you got people waiting for you at South Station, and now you got to schlep all your. I don't think you have to, but I mean, if you have bags in the overhead, you just want to go to South Station. You don't want to be taking it off and getting on a bus and then taking it off again, just for the sake of 3 miles. Boston Landing to South Station is probably 2.5, 3 miles. That whole stretch was out of commission because of the slow speed derailment. I don't know what's going on, but we need a transportation system that works. Everyone talks that, when I get more cars off the road, more people will be taking public transportation if they just were able to do it better, and they can. I go online a lot, and I check out Long Island Railroad, and they have these information segments that come on. There's almost like a salesman, a spokesman comes on, and he talks to you like he's selling you a car. I love it. If you go online and type in East Side Access, Long Island Railroad, this guy should pop up. And he's mostly the spokesman of the face of the Long Island Railroad. But they're doing so much improvements over there. And I know the Long Island Railroad's been a long time, and it's a lot, but none of they're on the ball, those conductors. You're paying. I took the Long Island Railroad from New York to Westbury, all right, to see a show. And we bought the tickets, $70 for 4 people, but I didn't buy the peak tickets. The conductors were right there. I had to shell up, I don't know, I'm not sure what I had. I shell up another $26. But they got the money, they got the revenue, they were on the ball. So there's a lot of free rides. So if it's going to work, everyone's going to pay, because the people who buy the monthly pass for $300 see people riding for free, and they, you know what? It's a principle thing now. They're like, first of all, it's slow. There's a lot of delays. I'm just going to drive. It's cheaper to park my car. It's cheaper to just drive in and deal with the traffic. So I think it's a principle thing for a lot of people. But I just hope we do have an infrastructure. We have everything's built. It just needs to be consumer friendly. That's my rant.
All right, so our third person we want to highlight for this year who passed away is Gene Okerlund. Gene Okerlund.
Mean Gene.
Mean Gene.
Yes.
Mean Gene, famous WWF ring announcer and interviewer. Worked with the company for many, many years. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame. Passed away on January 2nd, 2019. He's also a musician as well. He did some music in the 60s. And that was pretty cool. I checked a lot of his music out back then, and it's really good. Just type in Gene Okerlund, and I'm sure you will find the music and the band that he was in.
What years was that? The 60s?
60s, I believe. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Early 60s.
What kind of music was it? Doo-wop music? Or something?
Yeah.
Right.
I think so.
Nice.
Yes.
And it's up to me to find this, because we got 2 more to do, right?
Yeah.
And
you can do the 4th one.
Yeah, you do it. You do a better job than I do.
Okay. Well,
it's your
I'm looking.
show.
My computer is being a little bit slow. It's kind of being a pain today.
Here we go. I always liked this guy here. He was a great actor. He was in every kind of movie.
Yes, Danny Aiello. He was in Godfather. The actor who starred in movies like Do the Right Thing.
That was a great movie. You ever see that movie, John?
I have not.
It was. I think it was one of Spike Lee's first movies. It was awesome. It was brilliantly done. Spike Lee is incredible director, and he started that movie too. But Danny Aiello was just great as the pizza owner in that show.
He was in Moonstruck.
Yes, the father, Moonstruck. Yep.
And he was in The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
He died at the age of 86 on December the 12th.
Yeah. And you had one
had
more.
one
You gotta
more.
play the one. You got a couple more commercials. You gotta play. You gotta play Spark Street Auto, and then maybe I don't know, another radio station commercial. We'll be right back.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back here on WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We're also on TuneIn. Search Hometown Talk Radio. And also, we have the Audio Now number, 1-605-562-7958. We'll be right back.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street, Brockton, Massachusetts.
I shouldn't remind you.
The highest quality collision repair, complete auto service.
But you have to play it.
I know.
Direct repair shop for all major insurance companies.
Play this.
Do gyms.
508
I already did gyms. I did gyms twice.
Oh, you did gyms twice already?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
I did gyms twice.
You gotta keep track.
100% sure I know.
What are you doing? What are you doing? The PSA?
Doing the PSA and we're coming back.
All right. What do you got? What do you got?
I have Don Imus' Wikipedia page up.
Oh, okay. And then history, right?
Hi.
Yeah,
this
the Today in
is
History.
Tom Quinn. My family and I would
me
like
get
to
that
wish
up
you
now.
a happy and healthy holiday season. Unfortunately, the holiday season also comes with some potential danger. That danger comes from drinking and driving. I urge everyone to please be responsible.
That was a good idea to do
this
the
holiday
these
season.
five, but you can't do them all in
Friends
about
or
a
family
few,
and
right?
alcohol is
You
being
can do a few,
consumed.
yeah.
Please drink
Yeah,
responsibly.
absolutely.
We've done 5, right?
This will be 5. Yep, Don Imus will be
We'll make
5.
sure Chewbacca, Danny Aiello, you did.
I did Mean Gene, and
Yeah.
we did the Justice. Okay. 3, 2, 0. Enter.
Okay.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. And we're back here on Middleboro in review for December 29th. This is the last 6 minutes of Middleboro in review for the year 2019. We're about less than 72 hours away from the end of the decade.
In
right?
less than about 5 minutes left of the final show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And we're
savor the flavor.
less than are we less than 72 hours away from
Something
the
like
end of
that,
the
yeah.
decade?
Something, yeah, about 72 hours.
Yeah.
Less than, yeah. Monday, Tuesday, yeah, less than 72.
Yeah. So the decade is fastly coming to an end.
Well, technically, we got almost 3 days
Yeah.
to do. Not quite 3 days, but. And
So-
a reminder, remind everybody who has registrations, as far as commercial registrations, don't forget that you have to renew that. Some people forget. Everyone's busy, working and trying to support their families and just living life. And I just hate to say, you might have to go to the registry, especially on the registration. So anybody listening who has any commercial, right, like dump trucks or any kind of commercial vehicles, December 31st is the last day. And then the wolves are out, pulling you over and writing you tickets for having no registration. And I know the fines are huge. So anybody listening to my voice who has a commercial vehicle, get your registration. Please do not forget.
And also, starting Wednesday will really be the preparations for Plymouth 400 as we ring in 2020. Plymouth 400 will be officially Plymouth 400 because the 1620 to 2020, and I know there's different events that are probably going to be going on during the next year, so I would definitely Pay attention to those as well.
I'm sure you'll keep.
And I will keep people informed about
Posted.
and posted about different
Posted.
and about different events that may be going on in the town of Plymouth for the year of 2020, because it's here. Plymouth 400, 16/20, 2020. It's here. So, the final person we want to talk about today, who we lost this year, and who we lost on Friday, was Don Imus. Better known as Don Imus. He was an American radio personality, television show host, recording artist, and author. He was known for his radio show, Imus in the Morning, which aired on various stations and digital platforms nationwide until 2018. In 1968, he began his first radio job at KUTY in Palmdale, California. 3 years later, he obtained the morning broadcast position at WNBC in New York City. He gained widespread popularity when Imus in the Morning entered national syndication in 1993. He retired from broadcasting in March of 2018 after nearly 50 years on the air. He passed away on Friday, December 27th, 2019.
Something quick I just want to run by as far as Don Imus. When he got married, his wife's name's Deirdre, I think. And in 92, I think they got married. And as soon as they got married, I think she was like the one really pushed it, but maybe he did. They always had the Imus camps with kids with cancer. And they still have them. And they've done so much. They're like ranches, and the kids, cancer and sick children come, and they hang out, and they they go horseback riding, and they live on the ranch, and they hang out. Well, he's been doing that for a long time. And they talk about it a little bit, but I never hear the media pushing that. Because to be dedicated for something for so long is huge. And Howard Stern is like... Howard Stern, that was one of... he probably won't admit it now because he's big and famous, but I think when Howard Stern, Don Imus, he looked up to Don Imus probably. So, Don Imus started it all before Howard Stern, I think. But I think you got a years in history. And one other thing before I sign off is Williams Trading Post, thank you for a wonderful, wonderful season. And we'll see you in April.
So, we have two today in histories. 1851 on this day. The first American YMCA opened in Boston, Massachusetts. And in 1949, KC2XAK of Bridgeport, Connecticut, becomes the first ultra-high-frequency television station to operate a daily schedule. And we have two birthdays. On this day in 1936, Mary Tyler Moore, American actress and producer. 1947, Cozy Powell,
Wow.
English drummer, songwriter, and producer. Drummer for many, many different bands. Black Sabbath, Emerson, Lake and Powell.
Rainbow. Robert Plant.
There's
White Snake.
There's just so many bands that he was the drummer of. We could be here all day.
Yeah, we don't have all day. We don't have an hour to talk about Cozy Powell.
So that's it for 2019 Middleboro in Review, December 29th. Next week will be January the 5th, 2020. So join us then. Have a good have a good day and have a good week, everybody.
And watch the Winter Classic, too, on New Year's Day.
Yes, Winter Classic on New Year's Day. Definitely watch that. It's going to be a great game. And also the Rose Bowl as well. So, bye, everybody.
I don't think it was a good idea to mention Black Sabbath before a religious show starts.
Who cares? Who cares?
Well, we mentioned other bands, so. How old was Cozy then? Would have been?
1949, he would have been 70.
Yep.
Yeah, 70. Wow.
He's been gone 19 years.
Yeah.
You weren't even born when he died. Died in 98. You over?
Yeah, I'm not even playing the news. I'm gonna play the ID, play the disclaimer, just go right to the city.
Yeah.
I ain't playing the news. Didn't update, probably, so why would I play it?
You are listening to the voice of Southeastern Massachusetts for news, sports, and
Alright. Thank you guys for watching today. Thank you guys for making a Middleboro Review great show for 2019. We'll be back January 5th. Yep. We'll be back January 5th. Have a good day, everybody.